Hello everybody and welcome to this brand new series on the channel on Calmsden Farm. This is an Oxygen David map. Now you might have seen that Court Farms has just come out from Oxygen David. This is the one before that. I missed the chance to play on this one and a few people in my comments have said you've got to give this one a go. So here we are, brand new series on it. This is going to be fun. So I've started as a farm manager, which means we get no equipment, no land, nothing, but we get 1.5 million in the bank. If you look at the top right, you see we've got 88,000 left. You know I've been buying some things. So I've started us out with just, well, this is the map. It's a huge one. And it's beautiful. Gloucestershire here in the UK. This is the real life map. It looks awesome. Speaking of awesome, we are starting here. And like I said, you get nothing. Farm manager, you get nothing to start with. So I've gone and got us this little plot here, Farmland 23, which has the cow barn on it as well as a little bit of grass. I've also got this second farm here, which it is another farmyard, but again, it's just some more storage. So it's just across the road. And I've got a plot of grass. Nice big grass field. Now, we start with cows. Sheep are in this one here, number 20. Now, I didn't want to go for that just yet because, well, it's 110,000. It's a little bit out of stretch. We have got pigs on number 35 and horses here. So, I don't want to dive in too deep on episode 1 with animals, but we do have the cow barn, but we're just going to need to work up towards that. We also have this massive field here, which has got wheat in, and as you can see, it's ready to go. Now, I did have to stop myself buying number 3, because, I mean, that's 500,000. So, a lot of money has been spent already. If we go and have a quick look here, you see we own all this as well. So, we've got places here to be able to go and store bales. Nice little area there, and we've got another one just here. So, we've got to put some silage bales in here, hay, grass, everything, straw bales, all to make up some TMR for the cows. We do have a silage bunker here, so we can do some silage that way. And this is the cow barn. It holds 150 cows, and we are going to dive straight into them. Maybe not quite on episode 1, but they have got a nice little area out the back here, so we can feed him at the front. Got a little slurry pit just here. And look at this, what they've got to roam on. Now, this is the sort of grass field that we can have on the back. So, like I said, we've got the farm here, and we've got this field here. So, this is all part of this. So, we can use this for grass. We can cut this up. It's a nice little area. I think it's going to be quite good. So, I'm not going to make the mistake as well of going for young cows, because we did that in previous series. And yeah, we just don't get enough episodes to be able to wait for them to mature. We have a silo here. Look at that. How cool is that? 800,000 litres. Not bad at all. Now, I did go and get some bits of equipment. So, I have got a trailer. We have got a JCB fast track and a JCB telehandler with a nice big 4-bale spike on there. Big grab. Looking pretty good. So, yeah, decided to go for a bit of a JCB route, this one. That trailer, well, it holds the storage and it is cheap. We have used it before, but it's fairly cheap and it's got the storage space. That's what we need because these fields on this map are massive. So we can come over to this second farm area that I've got. And if we're going to have a quick look around here, then I have got some bits ready for some grass work. So we've got my trusty Heston baler, windrow, wrapper and a tedder. And then also we can go around here. This is the other field that I was on about, which is 500,000. But look at the size of it. Massive. Look at the textures of that as well. Awesome. So many nice sort of features on this map. We have got some Vicon lawnmowers over there. And in here, I do have an auto-load Heston bale trailer. Nice little shed in here. We can got some lights. Look at this. So this is all part of the farm that I've got. It's a nice area. So what my plan is on this series is to maybe hold back and try and get away with no productions in the sense of like the bakery, grain mill. Just do some proper farming. So use the fields to be able to, you know, sell the grain. Kind of go down that path, really. Get animals. Proper farming. Now, this is all part of mine as well, so we've got a bit of a shed in here. What cool is this? I like this. We've also got this here we can open. So we've got another silo across at this farm as well in here. That's another 800,000 litres. And we have got this little one here which we can open, and it does sort of take us through here, which is where we see the mowers. I like it. Really nice. So let's go and shut this up for now. So on here then, I do have precision farming enabled on here, so we can do a bit of that proper precision farming now. We've got all the levels on the field so far. None of them have been checked because obviously we've already got a grass to cut on here, and we've got a harvest ready to go. So as soon as we get that, we can obviously work them up and get some better figures on them. We also need to go and send off to get the checks on them. At the minute, we've got no reports on what the soil is like. But I think we should start with maybe tackling the grass fields. So let's jump into my trusty JCB. Let's head over to the other farm to pick up the mowers. Start cutting some grass. Let's go and hook up to our mowers. These are nice mowers. We've used these before. I do like these ones. Just look at that, catching it on the shed already. So first time then obviously using these on a JCB. I normally go and have like a fent. We normally sort out like a fent tracks or something like that. I thought I just want to go for something a little bit different. So a JCB it is. Let's go hook up to this. Be careful of the roof on there. There's a little bit of a bump on that one there. Right, let's head over to our grass field and let's start cutting some grass. So it does feel a little bit wrong that the only way to get into the grass field is to have to go through the sheep pasture, head down to this gate here, almost go through the horse stables, up into the pig enclosure to get around. Now, I did have a look around. I couldn't see any other way. This seems to be the only way. So it's like you've got to go through other people's land to get to our grass field. Just sort of feel a little bit wrong, but I don't know what else we can do. I mean, I'm hoping eventually we are going to be able to own... Oh, that comes this way. We are going to be able to own like all these little areas. But just at the minute, I just didn't want to push it too far. Now, it's all about making money. Now, we have got a big field to harvest. But we're not that desperate yet for money that we need to sell it at a loss. Because if we're just going to have a look on here, I was having a quick look. Wheat is what we've got in our field, and we're in August at the minute. So you can see on the right, August, it's the lowest we're going to get. I mean, you see the prices are shocking. But in Jan, we can expect about 1,200. So obviously we're just going to, you know, harvest it and we're just going to save it. Why, you know, we need the money. Why waste it? But in that time, we can cut the grass. We can turn it into silage. That can make us a nice amount of money. So looking on the silage, even though the graph does look quite bad, and obviously we are at the lowest time for silage at the minute, we're going to have to wait, you know, a month or two in-game for it to be able to ferment. But you can just see there isn't a massive difference from 275 for the lowest to 340 at the best. We're already around the 280. So it's not a massive jump, not like the wheat. That is quite a jump. So because we've got to wait for this to sort of ferment anyway and turn into silage, it doesn't really matter. I wonder how many bales we're going to get out of this. So let's go ahead, let's unfold. Now, I could have got these with the collector on as well, so we didn't have to, you know, windrow it up. It adds a lot more power on for the tractor, and I was just a little bit worried that we weren't going to be able to have enough power. Didn't go too big on the tractor, purely because money. So let's start from here, let's drop it down. Start the back ones up, drop them down. Let's race around, Let's cut some grass.
It's getting closer to midnight. I try to get closer to you. Drinking courage from my red cup now. I will soon make a move. Ooh, I can taste it. The bittersweetness of taking a shot. A risk worth taking. If it's a shot of love, baby, I adore you. Maybe I adore you. Yeah, I'm feeling higher and higher. I'm up on cloud nine. Baby, I adore you. I try to focus on breathing. My heart is skipping a beat. Your lips against a red cup makes me lose my mind completely. Ooh, I can taste it. The bittersweetness of taking a shot. A risk worth taking if it's a shot of love.
The grass is all looking good now. Time to windrow it all. So I didn't want to go too close to the edge because I just knew with this it was going to be a bit tricky to sort of get too close to the edge. It's going to keep catching the warm. The grass is looking pretty good. Now we've got to bear in mind we are running precision farming, so the grass has had no treatment to it, no fertilizing, nothing. So we are going to have to look after it. So we're not probably going to get as good a cut as we should have done, or we will do in the future. But it's free. We got it with the field. It was already here. We haven't had to do anything, so we're still going to obviously bale it. We're going to wrap it. We'll see how many we get. See if it's any, any good quality or not. And hopefully we should be able to get a bit of money for this. So I really want to try and go through this series without having to get a bank loan. I'm not sure if that's going to be possible or not, but I really want to give it a go and give it a shot and see. So we're just going to have to sort of be careful, not go too wild, and certain things like harvester, very expensive. Obviously not got the money to get one. I'm just going to try and lease them for now. But I'm hoping that this silage, I'm hoping we're going to get a bit of money from this. I'm just also hoping that we have got money, or enough money, to be able to lease a harvester. That's my only little worry now, is that I've not left myself enough money to be able to at least lease a harvester, because we have got a field that's ready to go. Like I said, we're not going to get any money off that field because it's just a rubbish time to sell the grain. So it's going to be at least a month or two in game before we can actually see any money. Now the silage obviously going to be quicker, but yeah, I'm just worried that we can't let that harvest sort of waste. We have got another month before we need to do anything with it, so we can wait until next month. But I really don't think that these silage bales are going to be ready in a month. I'm not actually sure how long they actually take. Maybe a month might be okay. Would be nice. So I'm going to run around, get this done, and we can come back with the big beastie Heston baler and bale them all up. So just a little bit left to finish off then. This windrows it's great. I like this one. So many different windrows you can get out there, but this one I do like. Just got to get used to the front go down before the back. You just got to remember that and don't shoot off. It's looking pretty good. Looking like we've got some nice swaths here, so I'm guessing the grass is not gone too bad. Yeah, there's no fertilizer on it or nothing. So yeah, we can pick them up, go a bit further forward, then the back ones pick up after. I like it. That's good, that is. The nice size as well. I don't want to go too ridiculously big. I don't really want something, too small. This seems a nice happy medium. I think it's 12.7 meters, this one. That'll do. The last little bit. We squeeze down here without catching the other two. I don't think we're going to be able to. That'll do. Just see if we can go and sort out this last little bit just here. Are we going to be able to get it without catching it? I'm not sure if we're going to be able to. We might just rely on the back ones here. Wait for them to drop down. It's a slight delay and then dropping down. And pick it up before the front go and attack the border one. There we go. Look at that. Looking good. So, I'm just trying to work out, looking at this field, how many bales we can expect. Bear in mind, they are the Hestons, so they are quite big, chunky things. I'm going to say 10. What do you think? Leave in the comments below, let me know what you think. Let's head over, let's swap this and go get the baler. So while I'm going around, I am thinking in my head what is the best thing to do, the best way to approach this, because as you know, with farming, things can change all the time. And something like this, there's never really a big plan. I'm not planned far ahead to think of what we're actually going to do. I've not got the whole series planned out. We are literally going to kind of take it as we go. I'm just thinking, we're on about getting cows. Let's just zoom out a little bit. Let's put this on, drop it down. I know I don't have access to this land, but I do just through the gate. Let's go get all this up. Get some nice big Hestons. So, this baler does go quick. Is it meant to go that quick? Or, I mean, I know I have got like an unlocked speed mod thing. Oh yeah, there we go. It's okay now. So, I was thinking about cows. Obviously, we have got the cow barn. But cows take... Now, I'm not sure. Is it... Can you just give hay to cows? I think you might be able to, actually. So we could do some hay and just give it to the cows. But obviously, if we want to go for the full TMR, then we are going to need to build up. Now, we are going to get some straw because we have got a field to harvest. We could have turned some of this into hay. We're also going to get some silage. I'm just thinking, I'm wondering as well, we could try and aim. So if we sell all these for silage, see if we could get the sheep enclosure, because that's potentially got another area of grass that we could use. I'm thinking if we use that as well, grass directly, a grass bale will go to feed the sheep. The sheep, we could get some wool off them. It's potentially a quick way to start making some money as sheep, maybe. So maybe I should have gone for the sheep enclosure first. Let's see if we can get these little bits over here, can we? Maybe I should have done that. But then obviously the barn area did sort of, the cow barn did come with the farm. How much is the sheep area? So the sheep enclosure is 110,000. So it's not too bad. So potentially we're not a million miles away from being able to afford it. If we can get a nice amount for these silage bales, depending on how many we're going to get. Bearing in mind that these grass bales are 9,400 litres each. So I'm hoping we should still get a nice amount. That could be the way to go. I don't know how much the sheep would take in food, but I think one of these bales should keep them going for a little while. So if we buy the sheep at the not lamb age, if we go for sheep that are a bit older, then we should be able to get wool off them pretty quickly. I think that could be the way to go.
I could be lying and tell you you're fine. I could be lying the rest of the night, but I won't do it. No way I'm saying so. I could pretend that you're doing okay. I could give in when you want it your way, but I won't do it. No way I'm saying so. He's been seeing someone else. He's been paying
So I think I might have been a little bit wrong just basing on it. I mean, doing a rough little count there, that's definitely more than 10. Now we've still got 5,000. We've got 5,000 liters in the bale. But we're not going to be able to. There's a few little bits that I've missed around, but that's not, you know, it's not going to get us up to the. We're only 50% in the baler. We're not going to get up there, so we're going to have to unload this one here. We're just going to have to save what's in there for next time. We'll either convert it to straw. Are we going to be doing straw bales? Probably are, yeah. So we'll either convert it to straw, or we might get another grass cut. Might even get the sheep pasture area. I would just need to wait and see. So let's get this back. Actually, before we do that, let's just go and open this up and see. 16 bales. Well, I said 10. So that's not bad then from a field that's not been fertilized or been looked after. That's pretty good going. Let's have a quick look on the precision farmer to see what it's showing us about the field. If we're going to get anything, because I haven't done like a scan on the field yet. So we're not really going to get much information off this. We can have a look on here to see what soil type we've got. And we've got 37% loam, 62% silty clay. So it's not the best. So it is really, because of the silty clay, it is going to be good for grass. But obviously not going to be any good for any other crop. So it's not really going to be much point doing anything with this apart from leaving it as grass. As you can see now, we're not going to get much from the nitrogen or pH level because we need to do a soil sample. Now, we could go get or rent or buy even the soil sampler. But I think for now, though, it's going to cost me, what, number of samples? 20 samples. Is it really going to be 20 samples on that? That seems like a lot of samples for that bit of field. Yeah, you know what? It might actually be cheaper to go and lease the soil sampler. We'll see how much it is. I might be able to go buy one, because every so often we have to keep doing updates of it. So let me take this back to the farm. We'll get the wrapper. We'll start getting these wraps so they can start fermenting. And I want to have a look at the soil sampler. So I was just having a quick look at the soil sampler, and it's 17,000 to buy it outright, or 867 to lease it. Do we really need... I just don't think we really need to worry about actually... Do we need to buy it? Because once you lease it for £800, do the samples. And then once you've sent the samples off and you've got your figures, you kind of don't really need it again, do you? Until next time you want to do some samples. I'm just not sure if it's really worth buying at 17 grand. Or not at the minute, anyway. It would be nice to get the figures. I do think the sampling is going to be cheaper doing it ourselves than actually going around and just sort of getting the field done. Because 20 samples seems a lot. I'm really sure. I'm sure it's not that much. So I do think lease it for now to do the samples on this field. Maybe we could have a look at the other field while we've got it and just go around. It's probably the best thing to do. So let me go around. Let's get these wrapped up. And I will look into the soil sampler.
We've been driving around, singing songs way too loud because we wanna. Picking up all our friends, fill up the car till it bends because we wanna. Yeah, we just wanna have fun. The trunk's full of wine. We're gonna stay up, have the time of our lives. The night is young, don't need anybody else. We came to party all night long, and we don't need no chaperone. We don't need nobody's attention, yeah, we just wanna dance on our own. We came to party all night long, and sing on to every song.
All the wrapping is complete, and I've just gone and leased this thing. This is the little soil sample tester. So let's go hook it up. Let's do some soil sampling. Let's see what kind of we've got here. And it will give us all the pH and nitrogen of this field. So we'll hook it on the back. We'll open up our help menu here so we can see what we've got to do. And then we have to unfold the unit. So as we unfold the unit, you can see at the bottom little map now. Let's see if we can just make that map a little bit bigger for you. So making the map really big, it doesn't really actually do much. It just makes it worse, actually. So you can just see at the bottom then, we've got like a green circle which shows you where the soil sampling is going to be. So we just sort of need to drive over, get it in a nice place where it covers everything. So if we go around about there, then we can click take soil sample. And what it'll do is it'll take a soil sample from the ground, and you'll see that area where it's flashing now on the map. It will go like a brown color. That means it's going to take in a sample of there, so we can just sort of move forward. And we want to try and get this area here. Trying not to miss anything, so there's little patches here, so we try and take a soil sample there. So that's 2 so far, and obviously we have to pay per soil sample, so there's a little bit on the edge here. We're going to sort of overlap a little bit, but we want to try and get every bit of the field in if we can. Might be a little bit of a waste, that one, because most of it's already been done. But we just want to try and get every little bit of the field in. So if we go along this way now, we don't have to worry about the bales, they don't really get in the way. We just sort of come over this way a bit more in the middle here. Try and cater for everywhere if we can. You do drive around a bit like you're drunk. If we go for around about there, should get most of it. You just want to cover as much as you can, really. So you just work your way all the way around until you've got all the field done. So I'm going to go around, complete the field. We'll send off the samples and we'll see what we get back. There we go then, £1,000 for the soil samples. Over the 3.5 it was going to charge us for doing it through the map. So it's definitely worth leasing one of these. Basically, what, £1,800 then with the leasing cost of this and the soil samples. Let's go and have a look and see what we've got. So we can see all the levels there for the nitrogen, pH, weed control, soil sampling, and tillage. Now, obviously, certain ones of these, like the tillage one, that's probably not going to be affected because obviously this field was already done. We've not gone and like plowed it and planted it ourselves, so that one might never change. And the soil sampling, obviously, because there's a few little bits on the edges that have been missed. Weed control, we've not had to do any weeds in this yet, and I don't know if that will ever change because it's not one we've put in. But the nitrogen and pH is what we can change. So you can see on here, we've got silty clay, a lot of it, and loam. Now the pH level, you can see it's this sort of yellowy greeny color. And if you look at the chart on the side, obviously red's low, right up towards sort of a purpley color is quite good. Now obviously this is only grass, so we're never going to get that good. So where it is at the minute isn't bad actually. And then obviously the nitrogen, basically the pH is the lime. Nitrogen is the fertilizer, and as you can see, that's 0. That's bright red. That's rubbish. So I think to get what we've got bale-wise out of this isn't bad, actually. So we need to hit it with some fertilizer. Lime, I don't think we really need to do much with. We can actually jump out now, and it will show us on here. So nitrogen, it's showing the pH is actually bad for this field. So the pH and the nitrogen are bad, so if we can just, the nitrogen has got nothing on it at all. But we should be at 675. So the good thing as well, when you do bring a fertilizer across here and do some lime and do some fertilizing, the spreader detects what the field needs. So in some areas it might be okay, like where we're stood here, this might be good, and a bit further up over there might be really bad. It will obviously change the spread ratio depending on how bad or how good the field is. So you only use what you need. So if you do it without precision farming, it just uses the same rate all over the field. But with precision farming, it changes it up and down depending on what it needs on the field. So it does save you a little bit. So I think for now, we'll send this back. Because I don't really want to go drive through the field, because it would destroy the crops. So we'll wait until we've harvested, because there's nothing we can do with it. Even if we get the soil samples now, we find out it's pretty bad. We can't do anything with the wheat field now. It's ready to harvest. So we'll harvest it first. We'll lease that again. Maybe the silage bales might be ready to do. Might be able to. Yeah, I think probably just lease it again. And then we'll check out what that field is. Then we can prep it ready for the next time we put crops in. So I've got this trailer. Now, I have had this trailer on my system before. And I have used it on the farm before. Now, I didn't realize this, according to the description of the mod, it says that it will actually support pest and bales. I didn't know that. Yeah, you didn't see that. Keep catching these gateways. Keep forgetting about the kind of mud guards on the side. So if we just go put this help menu on, then we can obviously put it into operating position. It does say it will pick up 16 Hestons. Well, we've got 16 here, so it's almost like it's made to measure. I'm just still a bit skeptical. Is it actually going to pick them up? So what we can do is we can pick them up and then we can just store them maybe on the edge of the field as we're going out, just sort of see. I just really want to see if this is actually going to work, or if I'm going to have to bring my telehandler across. It does work. Oh, wow. Now, I'm hoping that these will still ferment. Will they still ferment on here? Not sure, actually. This is the only thing that's a little bit worrying is, will they actually still ferment on the trailer? Might be best, actually. We can obviously move them up and down. We can drop them off. And if we go and unload... Oh, my bad. Keep forgetting you have to do that. You have to press the unload for... Oh, wrong way around. Unload there. Now, have we broke that bale or not? Is that okay? No, it's still showing all's good. I'm going to wait until they are fermented, because I'm just not sure once you auto-load them, will they ferment on the trailer in auto-load form or not? That's the bit I'm not sure on, but the trailer does work, so I'm really pleased about that. I didn't think that was going to work. Now, I know it will auto-load bales, but I just didn't know it supported Hestons, so yeah, this is a game changer. It just makes it easier, and obviously what I'm going to do, what my plan is I will obviously take these bales, put them over to the main yard, and then them two sheds that I showed you at the beginning of this episode, we will obviously just drop them off by the side, and then obviously use the telehandler to go and stack them in the shed, obviously because they are going to be used for cow feed. But these ones, I think I'm just going to sell so we can make some money. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to leave this here. I'll leave this trailer in here for now. We just got to wait for them to ferment. So I think that's been a pretty good start then. We've got the grass sorted. It's just the bales are fermenting. Next time we come back, we've got to tackle this baby. This massive wheat field. We're going to get a lot of straw off there. And then I think the silage, when it's ready, we are going to sort of get rid of purely just to sort of try and give us a bit of boost of money. And then I think this is a good shed to store things. So we can maybe have straw one side. Maybe hay, and then silage in here, maybe some grass as well. I think this could be quite good because we kind of shut the doors on them, so it'll keep the weather out of them. I think that could be quite good. And we have got the silo here, and we have got one across to the other farm as well, so it should be enough for now. But we'll see how we get on. Obviously, we're not going to be trying to hold on to too much. All about making money. And plus, we also need to see when you get these fields ready, because this one's got no data on it. Obviously, we need to sort that out once we've harvested. We've got the data on the grass field, but we need to maybe look into getting a fertilizer and lime spreader. We've also got to then pay for the lime and fertilizer. We don't know how much it's going to take. Can we afford it? We are just going to have to see. So stay with me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next episode.